Hello everyone. I thought I'd do a video on this map that I discovered about 7 years ago. Apparently there was a map found believed to be drawn by a Chinese priest over 1,000 years ago, and I've been fascinated with it and I wanted to take a look at some things. So in this video it's going to be a quick video where we take a look at this over 1,000-year-old map, and anything I say here, please don't just take my word for it. Investigate it for yourself. I think you'll find it quite interesting. So let's take a look at this. Here I've blown up the center of the map, which we all recognize, and we're going to take a look at it and compare it to the Mercator projection. Okay, so here you can see the maps side by side, and pause the video and do a comparison and check out the land masses. It's not 100% accurate. I don't know if any map really is, but just check them out side by side and you can see how close this Chinese priest came here. Next we'll take a look at these three circles drawn, and I believe the inner circle is the Tropic of Cancer, then we've got the equator and the Tropic of Capricorn. They're not exactly where we recognize those lines today, but one must admit this priest definitely had the right idea and was on the right track. So this next thicker line drawn here, I believe, is to represent Antarctic, the ice wall. And then there's an outer line beyond that, and I'm going to get back to that outer line last. But first I want to come back and take a look at this, what's represented as Antarctica. So my thought is, could these images here be what the priest was trying to communicate in his map? So probably the most fascinating thing about this map is the priest didn't stop at the Antarctic shoreline. He continued to draw more land masses beyond the Antarctic shore. So what's going on with that? We do have some footage I'm going to show of Admiral Byrd exploration beyond the South Pole. I encourage you to go out there and watch the whole video of the whole interview. I'm just going to show like a minute clip of it, and you can decide for yourself. But I do think it's terribly fascinating that there are this Chinese priest believed the Earth to be much, much bigger than what we know it today.
Was any land north of the North American continent? He made that first discovery flight, and I must say that Admiral Byrd, our guest tonight, is not only our greatest living explorer, but he's been an inspiration to countless Americans. Admiral Byrd, you've been to both the North Pole and the South Pole. Is there any unexplored land left on this Earth that might appeal to adventurous young Americans?
Yes, there is. And not up around the North Pole, because it's getting crowded up there now, because they find out it's really usable, not only to live in, but militarily. But strangely enough, there's left in the world today an area as big as the United States that's never been seen by a human being. And that's beyond the pole on the other side of the South Pole from Middle America. And I think it's quite astonishing that there should be an area as big as that unexplored.
That's a tremendous
So
challenge.
there's a lot of adventure left down at the bottom of the world.
Well, Admiral, do you hope to...
So I do want to digress for just a moment. There is an Antarctic Treaty in place. People like you and I cannot go to Antarctica. I think if you're pretty wealthy, you can go exploring and go see a ceremonial South Pole, but nobody can just go on their own and explore the South Pole. So investigate that for yourself, check that out. I could spend hours rambling about that, but I'll get back to the map. So lastly, we'll come back to this outer circle drawn, and it took me a while to figure out what the priest was trying to communicate with this outer circle. and I now believe it to be the path of Mercury and Venus. Mercury and Venus go through phases just like our moon does. And I wonder if the priest was thinking maybe this was some kind of sub-sun and moon for these extraterrestrial places beyond the South Pole. And I think what he was trying to communicate was the path of Mercury and Venus here. And it's fascinating stuff. I know there's a great debate out there if Mercury and Venus should even be seen at all from Earth, because Mercury and Venus supposedly sit between us and the sun. So the question is, should we even be able to see them at all? And I can do a whole video on that, and maybe I will, on the debate of whether or not we should be able to see Mercury and Venus at all. So a lot of interesting things with this map. Please check it out for yourself. Don't just take my word for any of this. I hope you investigate it. It is a lot of fun. Investigate all these things. And thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.